Welcome back, everyone, to Final Fantasy XIV once again. We've just completed the Heavensward expansion, and now we're going to be seeing what we're going to be doing afterwards. After long years of estrangement, Ishgard rejoins her sister nations in the Alliance. Words can well express my joy. This would be possible without you, my friend. Change is coming to Arizal. It will inevitably bring with it a measure of upheaval, with hard work, peace, and prosperity are sure to follow. Yet, even as we look forward to the coming of the New Age, we must needs be wary of old threats. The Lords of Gallimard have not relinquished their claim upon Arizal, and we shall be forced to contend with them again ere long. There is the matter of our comrade Essestein, claimed body and soul by Nidhogg. If there is a way to rescue him, we must find it. Suffice to say, the path ahead holds no shortage of challenges, but together we shall overcome them. Urchin Loaf, huh. Fortuitous timing as always, Narin. Tatari was about to brief me on the search for our missing comrades. If you'd be so kind, then. Absolutely. You'll be pleased to hear that Ryle and his men have been making excellent progress. Remember how Fimmin helped me to escape the Crystal Braves and Limsa Lamosa only to then disappear? Well, according to Ryle, she crept aboard a ship bound for Rad's at Han, where she's been hiding ever since. He assures me that it won't be long before we're reunited. As for Yida and Papamo, the remains of their lake pearls have been found, and in Pearl Lane of all places. Ryle thinks they may have disposed of them after escaping from the Royal Promenade. Yes, that would make sense. They could not risk being eavesdropped upon by betrayers. We're all but certain that they fled the city shortly after, though we still don't have a clue where they went. I see, and what of Thancred and Mephilia? Afraid I have nothing new to share about those two, but it's all doom and gloom. The good news is we've enlisted the services of Charlian Scholar, one of the students of Baldesion, to aid in the search. We should be arriving any day now. One of the students, you say? I should very much like to meet this scholar if time permits. But first we must attend to a more pressing matter. Sir Ermic has summoned the two of us for a private audience. The messenger did not specify what he wished to discuss, only that it was urgent. Assuming you have no objections, Narin, I suggest we proceed to the congregation forthwith. Mayhap we can meet with the scholar afterwards, agreed? In that case, I think I'll return to the Forgotten Knight for now. Things are liable to fall apart if I'm gone too long, you know? Let's see, where are we heading to at the moment? I'm going to be starting up this quest line here, because I'm pretty sure we're in the patchwork at this point. What is this, like 3.1, I assume, that we probably just started on? Yeah, I think that's probably correct. Anyways, we're going to be doing a couple things here. I'm just going to be starting up this quest line a little bit, and then we're going to go and see if we can get ourselves another piece of Shire armor. Then after that, I want to pick up 2 Pacific quests and be able to start them up a little bit, at least to the point of getting them on the duty finder. So I have a little bit of more options of what to do.
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities. I should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely. Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop. But in light of recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited. Mayhap I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed. The time for deception has passed. I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number questioned our methods.
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Some have even been assaulted in the broom. Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order. But such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
For all our talk of peace, the people remain frightened and confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Emmerich. But what precisely would you have us do?
We wish to treat with the dragons of Annex Shrine. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
Annex Shrine? You would speak with Vidofnir, then?
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard. Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor? Thank you, my friends. Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core. For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers. What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers? And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow? A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens. Yet while we dared to hope, Deep within his lair, the enemy lay, gathering his strength. Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph. As desperately as we sought the solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
Alright. Know little of the lands these dragons call home, this annexed shrine. Had you not agreed to escort me, the coming journey would seem a far more daunting prospect. I confess, I myself once shudder at the thought of it, yet even the longest journey begins with the first step, does it not? Ah, but ere we set forth, Narn and I must needs inform our comrade of our plans. Very well, I shall see to my preparations. Now let us go and bid farewell to Totara, Narn. Let's go ahead and talk to her. So what was the secret meeting all about? I'm all ears. Diplomatic mission to annex Shrine, you say? Well, I suppose it does take precedence. But should your meeting of Valdemir happen to end early, you might consider rendezvousing with Yustola in Eldershire. She'll be there to receive our guest. Don't get me wrong, your meeting with the dragons is terribly important and everything, but the scholar just happens to be. Time permitting, as I said, we shall endeavor to join Yustolia, but if we cannot, pray pass on our regards. Let's be off, Narn. We have kept the first commander waiting long enough. You're ready then. Good, so am I. Path is long but known to us. From Falcon's Nest we shall cross the western highlands and make for Tailfeather in the Dravinian forelands. There we can stop the rest and replenish our supplies. Questions? If not, then the stables will wait. Alright. I think this is probably a good enough spot as any to, stop for a moment. No, I don't have anywhere near enough for the chest piece. That's unfortunate. I could at least get the shoes, I think. That way I have the shoes, leggings, and belt. So let's go ahead and do that, I think. Okay, is the spot? No, it's not. It's that building, yeah. All these level 60 blue quests, but we're gonna have to go back to level 50 blue quests here soon. Yeah, okay. Go ahead and get that. There we go. Let's eat the urchin loaf, why not? Armory chest. Get our new shoes. Do the quest for the sword again, too, at some point. And we gain, let's see. So we probably gained 21,000 now. Because I just put on that bit of food, so it's probably like close to 22,000 in reality. So yeah, we're slowly getting up there with the stuff. What's our item level now, actually? 187. This really does jump up quite a bit each time. Anyways, at this point I believe we have to go to Mordona at this point, I'm pretty sure. So let's go ahead and do that. Been a while since we've been back here, I think. Okay, let me see. It's a question of which one I'm exactly looking for here. I'm pretty sure it's this one that I'm looking for. I want to say it is. Do I know you? Ah, yes. Unless I'm very much mistaken, you are the famed adventurer who bested the Garlanian Empire's general, are you not? Great Narn scorched us herself. Amazing. One of the lowest stupendous, one might even call it fate. I but believe received word of a truly unique opportunity, you see, an opportunity the like of which none but one of your proven worth could take advantage. Or not less than the accumulated knowledge of a fallen civilization. The risk a single misstep could cost you your life. It was a little danger to be to a storied hero such as you. A woman with absolute competence in her own abilities stands to profit handsomely from this venture. No, I crave no recompensation for my part in bringing this opportunity to your attention. The historic discoveries you shall make will be reward enough, I assure you. My words have fanned the flames of your curiosity that I bid you seek a man by the name of Rambros at St. Crag's Find. It is he who stands at the doorway to untold marvels, awaiting the arrival of a champion bold enough to venture across the threshold. Alright. Guess it's purple weather today. Oh, where are we going? Oh, way out here, apparently. Oh yeah, that's right, I can't fly. we made it. Where's this person at? They should be right here. Or have they just not caught up with me yet? Oh yeah, there we go. Now they're starting to show up. Well, if it isn't Naren Scorchest herself, I was not expecting such a celebrated guest. To what do I owe the honor of this visit? You were directed here, you say, by a man clad in foreign garb. Well, the opportunity you spoke of must surely refer to the latest arthropagiographical endeavor. Quite how he came to know of it is another matter. All knowledge of this project was supposed to be restricted by my organization. That is something for me to ponder in private. You are here now, and your services will, I am certain, prove invaluable. I must warn you, however, that the venture we have in mind is no simple excavation. An unprepared or incautious adventurer could very well find yourself on an unplanned and unpleasant journey to Thal's solemn halls. Knowing this, do you still wish to lend us your cooperation? I rather thought you would say that. Your courage is scarcely a secret. Now the first. Nara, I thought it was you. What brings you to St. Canoix? Don't tell me. The Alliance has sent you on another realm-shaking, history-making mission to lay low on apparently and supper a foe, yes? No? Ah, I see you two are already acquainted. That is well, Master Garland. Our interpret hero here has caught wind of the forthcoming expedition. Has kindly pledged to assist us. She has she? Glad to have you aboard, Naren. You don't have the faintest idea what you volunteered for, do you? Very well, let us begin at the beginning. The Sons of St. Cornac are tasked with unearthing the secrets of the long-fallen Allagan Empire, and this present endeavor aims to delve more deeply into the civilization's mysteries than ever before. I know that look. In the event that you feel ill-equipped to contribute much to the subject of Allagan archaeology, I invite you to recall your encounter with the Ultimate Weapon. That mechanical monstrosity represented a feat of engineering far beyond aught Gallimard can presently achieve. Neurotolskivia simply awoke it. I mention this by way of a reminder that you have what might term extensive first-hand experience of a notable Allagan relic. In short, you're practically an archaeologist. Now to the core of the matter. Here in Mordonal, there stands an entire Allagan structure which we have yet to investigate. I speak, of course, of the Crystal Tower. After witnessing the destructive capabilities of the Ultimate Weapon, and the lesser moon Dalamad before it, seems why they treat any remnants from that era with the utmost caution. They must be analyzed, monitored, and above all, kept from falling into the wrong hands. To put it plain, I have no wish to see another megalomaniac Lydius wield one of the weapons, and it's this thought that first moved me to contact the Sons and propose that tower be explored. For several millennia, the Crystal Tower remained hidden, buried deep underground. But like so many other things that are better left undisturbed, the structure was freed from the stony prison by the great upheaval which accompanied the coming of the Seven Umbral Era, and it now stands revealed in all its splendor and a gleaming spear of crystal pointed at the bosom of the heavens. We believe the tower to be a repository of much of the ancients' wisdom. Unfortunately, its entrance is guarded by formidable defenses, and we cannot so much as peep through the keyhole, much less set foot inside. These defenses take the form of statues carved into the likeness of giant swordsmen. The 8 sentinels, as the Sons are wont to call them, is the first barrier we must overcome. Why not simply fly over them in an airship, you ask? It's been tried before. Any vessel that ventures too close to the tower is blasted out of the air. Either destroy those statues, or the front door is forever beyond our reach. My colleagues and I are ill-suited negotiating such deadly hazards, thus if we are to gain access to the tower's secrets, we must needs employ the service of an experienced adventurer. It'll be difficult and dangerous, Nara, but I think I have no finer woman for the task. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you had a taste for those deadly escapades. I look forward to working with you again. There's much more to be done before we can begin the expedition proper. Take some time to prepare yourself, and I shall explain the challenges that lie ahead. Our first objective is to reach the entrance to the Crystal Tower. As I previously mentioned, however, that would prove no easy task. Entrance is guarded by powerful defense mechanisms, each utilizing one of the 4 elements of fire, water, wind, and earth. Anyone attempting to simply stroll past these unsleeping sentinels invites swift obliteration. Based on Master Garland's analyzings, however, we are reasonably certain that the attacks of these lethal contraptions can be reflected using a crystal of the corresponding element. Naturally, these crystals must be of surpassing clarity, free of the slightest impurities, much like the flawless specimens used by the Beastmen in their primal surrounding summoning rituals. I should have said exactly like the specimen they use. Were there any other way, we would not ask you this, but we need someone to enter the Beast Tribe's strongholds and liberate their perfect crystals. For the moment, I would like you to focus on obtaining 2 of the 4 crystals we require. Pray make for a law Nicosia, where both the Sapsa spawning grounds and Ugar mines are located. May be certain that the materials used in the Beastmen's secret rituals will be well defended. Whether you choose to venture there alone or with companions, I shall leave that to your discretion, but whatever you do, please be careful. Alright, well, we've started that up, but at the moment I want to go ahead and pray return to the Waking Sands so we could go ahead and pick up the other quests that I want to do. Even though I didn't think I was going to have to do a bunch of stuff beforehand for one of these. Alright. Undying Scoundrel. Nice name. Alright, there should be a quest in here for us to get as well. I think there's probably like the Savage versions of the Primal Trio down here, I believe, as well, but I haven't really had much of an interest in doing the Savage stuff. Oh no, that's not right. Let me see. Down this way, I think it is, right? No. Okay. Wow, that's actually quite a bit of stuff here. Primal Awakening, I believe, is the one that we need. When the sudden moon did wane, there sounding a blood-curdling roar. A new primal had aroused. The portents gave us to believe, one whose identity yet lieth beyond our ken. By thy hand, 3 primals have since been vanquished. As each returned to the ether, 'twas observed that tremors foreshadowing this fourth grew in strength and frequency both. The being doth quicken, and in time it shall become a scourge upon the land. Yet even as we pondered a course of action, a benevolent soul did arise, one who will forestall this threat. Though she be tender in years, she is true of heart and steadfast of resolve. She would solicit thine aid, if thou art willing to proffer it. Lest thou wonder, this maiden is of our order. Thus did the Scythian straightways consent that thou shouldst assist her, however they mayest. As soon as thou art able, hie thee to Wineport, wherever thy petitioner doth wait, that even now. Thou shalt for a certainty find our wishes strikingly familiar. Wineport, huh? Oh wait, no, you're not the one I want to talk to. Oh, the sail! Oh, okay, it's her, the sister. Honestly, we hadn't gotten much about her before. It's been a while, adventure. As I recall, my brother Alphanod took the liberty of introducing us when first and last we met. But for the sake of propriety, Alizel Lenevere, I thank you for coming. I have heard much and more of your exploits. By your hand the Black Wolf is slain and his ultimate weapon destroyed. You are possessed by great strength and courage, that much is plain. I shall have need of such as you, if I am to see my mission through to its conclusion. As you may be aware, the violence of Dalamud's fall changed not only the face of the realm, but also the base of the realm. Specifically, it played havoc with the etheric currents, creating vast confluences of ether below the surface. Among other phenomena, this led to the formation of subterranean caverns at key points of stress. One such cavern lies beneath Castrum Occidens and extends to only the gods nowhere. Despite appearances, Castrum Occidens is as much a research facility as a fortress. Gaius von Belsar chose the site for no other reason than to probe the caverns without interference. As you went about vanquishing the returned primals, I observed a repeating wave pattern in the ether, corresponding exactly to the dates on which you were reported to have felled Ifrit Titan and Guardia. Upon closer examination, it became clear that these three unique waveforms emanated from deep beneath the aforementioned stronghold. Critically, I recorded the same pattern during the recent celebrations, and I have since given to understand that this phenomenon bears a disquieting similarity to one observed shortly prior to the calamity. 5 years ago, my grandfather invoked the power of the 12 that he might contain Bahamut. Alas, his efforts failed, and he vanished together with his foe. I would know the truth of what transpired that day if grandfather's fate, and my metamorphosis that swept across the land. Casting light upon these mysteries, we'll find a way to cure what aids this world. It is my belief that the answers I seek lie hid within the deeps of this cavern. I would have you accompany me on an expedition to find them, Narn. Truth be told, I am not one to rely upon others. I have thus far handled matters alone. Yet I'm not blind to my limitations, and unexcorted I cannot hope to succeed in this endeavor. I swore that I'd find a way to restore peace to Airzel. If you desire the self-same, then aid me, as you aided my brother in the Scions. I'm in your debt. You are one of action, and I sense that we will accomplish much together. Let's not waste any more time. As I mentioned, Castrum Occidens surrounds the cavern I wish to explore. If I am to have hope of reaching it alive, I will need you to infiltrate the stronghold first and locate a path into the depths. Once you have done so, pray report your success to Storm Private Jabraka. You may consider her my assistant here in Wineport. I have every faith that you will not fail me. Follow speed your way, Narn. Alright. Well, for now I've gotten things set up the way I wanted. I'm gonna have to do a bit more questing with this stuff, I guess. But otherwise, I could probably, things are already starting to set up here a bit more than that you could probably tell. But if not, we're going to be doing some of the rating material the game has, that we're starting with the level 50 stuff. And we'll be also sprinkling a little bit more of the Heaven's Ward after stuff as well through there as well. Just kind of moving things along a bit, because I don't want to leave content just strewn about everywhere if I haven't particularly done it before. In any case, that'll be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll pick up real soon, so see you then.